California politicians want to share your personal income tax returns with your local utility company so they can increase your electricity rates if you earn, quote, too much money. Coming up, we'll tell you what the breakdown of rates will be, whether you'll pay more money, and how you can join the fight to stop this costly and unfair new electricity tax. I'm Carl DeMaio, chairman of Reform California, and Sacramento liberal politicians are at it again. In California, they want to implement a law, AB 205. They've already passed it. The governor's already signed it into law. So now it actually is just being implemented. And that is to share your personal income tax returns with your local utility company, your electricity, your power company. And based upon what you earn each year, your household income, that will determine the cost of your electricity. I know, this is insane, absolutely absurd, but hey, welcome to California. Now, the reason why they're doing this, there are three reasons that I see that they're using your income to set higher utility rates. Is number one, they want your money. Any way they can enact a change in utility rates, it's always going to be to the benefit of the government. It's always going to result in more money going into the coffers of government. So this is going to be a net increase in your utility bill, no doubt about it. Even if you're one of the lucky ones that aren't earning as much money and you might get what you think is a break, on the net, California is implementing AB 205, this electricity rate scheme based on your income, so that they can get more money on the whole. Second, they're implementing this because they say they want to take care of the little guy. They are going to brag to low-income households that they gave them a break on their utility rates. Again, make no mistake about it, they're increasing utility rates across the board. What they're trying to do is shift a lot of that burden to other demographics and still be able to tell their base voters, hey, continue to vote for me because your rates only went up a little bit. Again, they're trying to get other people to subsidize lower income households as they raise rates overall, and they're trying to make it less noticeable to the masses of voters that they think are going to elect the Democrat or liberal politicians who are in charge of this scheme. And third, you guessed it, it has everything to do with solar. This new rate structure is designed to charge you even if you're producing solar and using no electricity from the grid. This is their backdoor way of penalizing people who they said did the right thing in joining the more renewable and sustainable, environmentally sensitive economy by getting solar put on their homes, investing in those solar systems, because those are not inexpensive systems. Those households have to put a lot of money up front to build those solar systems, and they're hoping to save money by reducing their electricity rates or utility rates over a period of time. This AB 205 law basically guts a lot of the solar savings that people were hoping for. Now, how does this proposal work? Let me go here to our story, and you can actually get this if you go to the website stoputilityratehikes.org, stoputilityratehikes.org. California politicians want to reveal your income to your utility company to raise your rates. That's the story. And we talk about Assembly Bill 205. The California Public Utilities Commission currently is finalizing the rate structure and the income levels that they're going to use to set different rates. So right now, the proposal is for income under $28,000, you will be charged a fixed fee of $24 per month. For income of $28 to $69,000, $34 a month. $69,000 to $180,000, $73 a month, and over $180,000, $128 a month. That's a fixed fee. Now, hold on. That's not entirely what you're paying for your utility bill. These fees are just to be connected to the grid. It doesn't include a single kilowatt hour of energy. This is just so that you literally have an outlet that you can now then get charged for the electricity that you're using. I'm telling you, this is completely insane. So these are household incomes, by the way. And if you take a look at the median income, what's considered middle class in California, the middle class is going to see a much higher electricity bill because of these base rates. So what does this pay for? These base rates, based on income, pays for just having a utility company with a customer service desk that sends you a bill, that has a meter outside your home, that has some sort of power line in the street, the utility box in your neighborhood. Your base rate is for basically the fixed cost of infrastructure and a customer service center. That's it. It does not pay for a single kilowatt hour of any electricity at all. So you'll be paying on top of these rates your electricity kilowatt charges. This is going to be a sucker punch to Californians. It will increase utility rates across the board. And this comes at a time when California politicians are increasing our rates intentionally. I want you to take a look at that website, stoputilityratehikes.org, because the story I just mentioned is down here under the utility rates based on income articles that we've got that explain all of this. But I also want you to check out this report on utility rates that the Transparency Foundation released. It exposed that California politicians have added a number of hidden state taxes and fees already on your bill that are embedded in the actual per kilowatt charges for electricity. In fact, the Transparency Foundation researchers found $4.5 billion in hidden state taxes on your kilowatt hour rates. So this is not itemized on your bill. This is actually embedded within the kilowatt price of your rates. And that's why Californians are paying, on average, 67.1% more for their electricity than consumers in other states. And that's the national average. 67.1% more for their electricity in California than other states. Now, a lot of this also has to deal with the climate change, Green New Deal mandates that California politicians have imposed on utility companies. They don't allow your utility company to buy the cheapest, most reliable energy. They have to buy the more expensive virtue signaling energy. It has resulted in our electricity grid being very unreliable. The risk of blackouts and brownouts are pretty significant in California. We import about a third of our electricity from other states as a result. And that means also that the cost of our electricity is substantially higher than other states. But a lot of it does have to do with direct taxes and fees and other charges that are embedded in your rates that you don't see on your utility bill. Now, the liberals will say the reason why they're doing this is to help less fortunate people in society, to help people who can't afford to pay their electricity bill, that the people with the means should be able to pay more and people with less income should pay less. That is not a justification. It's wealth transfer, first and foremost. It's socialism. But more importantly, we're already doing this. You don't know this, but your utility rates already are higher than they should be because of something called the Public Purpose Program charge. What the heck is that? They are already charging you on your utility bill to basically pay the electricity bill of your neighbor down the street. When your neighbor down the street says, hey, I can't pay my bill, first and foremost, they don't turn off the electricity. In California, we don't do that. The liberals make sure that people who don't pay their bills continue to receive the electricity services. Second, the liberals have made sure that if someone just decides not to pay their bill, that the utility company has money that they're charging you in the form of higher rates and taxes and fees. They have money that they then can use to wipe away the debt of other people in the community. Again, it's not fair whatsoever, and it causes you to pay more on your electricity bill each and every month. But the idea that we need these new rates to help the less fortunate, no, we already have a program. You're already paying for that. This switch is all about making sure that government gets more money and can shield certain voting classes as they're increasing rates overall. It is a complete and utter scam. Now, we have a fight on our hands to overturn this scam. And so it may actually go into effect in early 2024. That's what we predict. But in November of 2024, you will have an opportunity to fight back. There is, at that website, stoputilityratehikes.org, at that website, there is a link to contribute, as well as sign a petition opposing rate hikes. And I need your help in passing an initiative that we've placed on the ballot in November of 2024 that would basically overturn this income-based utility tax or electricity surcharge. The California Taxpayer Protection Initiative is on the ballot in November 2024. It would do a number of things. It would block new tax increases from happening. It would restore a 2/3 vote on all tax increases going forward. It would require that the ballot title on every tax increase on the ballot would have to say the word tax increase in it. But it does a very profound reform of how utility rates are set in California. Here is some language I want to share with you from the actual initiative. The initiative changes the term of what a fee is versus what a tax is. And it says that the government now must have a vote of the legislature whenever it sets a new fee on any resident, a new levy, a new extraction. Extraction means a requirement that you pay something. And so it says that only those fees can be authorized by a vote of the legislature and by the signature of the governor. Assembly Bill 205 simply told the Public Utilities Commission, which is an unelected board of bureaucrats, hey, figure out how to charge people more based on their income and then share the income taxes with the utility company, the income tax returns. But the politicians were able to escape actually voting to increase your rates. This initiative, the California Taxpayer Protection Initiative, would require that all of these rates would have to go back to the governor and the legislature for a vote and a signature. But it does something even more profound. It defines this discriminatory income-based rate structure for your utility bills as a tax, because we defined a fee as a charge that represents actual cost to the state of providing the service or product to the payer. When you are assessed a charge for the utility box, the utility lines, the basic infrastructure, you should only have to pay your pro rata share of what everyone else in the community has to pay. You cannot, under our initiative, include any consideration of someone's income, or else it doesn't represent your share of the actual costs. It represents more than your share, because you're being told you need to pay more based upon the fact that you're lucky you earn more money than someone down the street. Well, again, take a look at those rates and the income levels I just shared a moment ago. A lot of those people earning those higher levels are basically considered middle class in their community. And so if they want to do this rate structure based on your income, they would actually not only have to pass this proposal through the legislature with a 2/3 vote and a signature of the governor, they would have to get a statewide vote of the people to impose this. And you know damn well that if voters actually had to vote on something like this that's discriminatory and unfair and costly, they would vote hells to the no. So I'm going to need your help in this campaign. We need donations. We need volunteers. We need you to spread the word about this crazy proposal. Go to that website, stoputilityratehikes.org. Stoputilityratehikes.org. Chip in a contribution. Sign up to be a volunteer. Share this story. We have both the news story on that website, stoputilityratehikes.org, but also like and share this video. Comment in the section below if you're in YouTube or any of the other social media platforms we're distributing this video through. Comment so that you can help us with the algorithm to spread the word that California politicians are trying to raise your rates, and they're going to share your personal state income tax returns with your utility company so they can nosy around in what you're earning and increase your rates. It's unfair, it's going to cost too much, it's discriminatory, and it needs to stop. So share this video, share the news site, and continue to subscribe to this channel so we can keep you informed on the fight to restore sanity in California. Until next time, this is Carl DeMaio, Chairman of Reform California. Thanks for watching. Help us break through the censorship of the liberal media by liking this video, sharing it with your friends, and subscribe to my YouTube channel.